What is up, everybody? It's Patrick, and I figured I'd do another edition of The World According to Patrick, but this time we're going to talk about physique, fitness, and how you get to where you want to be in under 10 minutes. All right, you wake up, you're not happy with where you're at, and you think, how do I change this? Well, I'm going to give you my personal opinion, and that is you get a coach. Why? Because a coach is going to tell you what to do, how to do it, gauge it, create your workout, and create your whole program around what you are trying to get done. Now, for some people, maybe that is weight loss. For some people, that might be weight and muscle gain. Some you might be doing both depending on time of year, which is kind of what I do. Summertime, I clearly want like that physique that hits the boat and looks good. Wintertime, I try to add some weight. I think that's why I've had a coach for 7 years. Is it takes the mental ninjutsu out of the situation, right? So a lot of people will sit there and say, "But I can't afford a coach, or I don't want to afford a coach." I find most people actually can probably afford a coach. They just would rather afford other things and not cut back to get the coach, which is fine. Just becomes much harder in the world of the mental ninjutsu and the body dysmorphia that we all carry. All of us. Some think we're fantastic, we're not. Some think we're better than we're not, we are. It's like you've got this mental thing where you're like, I'm not getting to where I'm at. And so you start to overguess what is going on. With a coach, they remove that. They are directing you. They're like, here's your workout. Here's what I need you to eat. Here's what you need to do. So for me, let me give you a rundown. I work out 4 days a week. My workouts are about 1 hour. That's it. I'm in and out of the gym no more than an hour. Totally doable for most people. I walk every day. That's it. So, do I do cardio? I personally don't. I'll go mountain biking, or maybe a bear chases me, I might run. But I don't have cardio as part of my personal deal because I don't like cardio. I don't like running. I'm not a fan. So, a lot of people will say, oh, but you need more cardio. Clearly, I don't. Okay. I've done all this without that. 10,000 steps a day. That's what I want to hit. That's what I do hit. Easy peasy. Why else do you want a coach? Because a coach is going to start you off with helping you with your macros, putting your workout together, and a good coach is going to have links that show you what the workouts are and be able to build around what you have available. So, do you have to join the gym? You don't. You could work out in your basement with bands. You could go ahead and hit the gym if you want. Maybe you've got an at-home workout center that you want to use. A good coach is going to be able to build a workout program about what's available to you. What does your diet look like? I'm going to tell you I'm pretty flexible with my diet. Why does that matter? Because I don't want to eat all meat all the time or all carbs all the time. I don't want to avoid that beer on a Monday night at the goat patch when we're all hanging out. If I go on vacation, I want to be able to eat. But then I still want to be able to do what I do. So, the reason I say this is you just pick your program that works best for you. If you want to eat all meat, that's fine. If you want to fast, you can. If you don't want to fast, you don't have to. The reason I'm trying to make this make sense like that is because then it simplifies it. Everybody wants a quick fix. But the fact is, the quick fixes often fail. And through that failure, you gain the weight back, or you stop going to the gym, or it's not easy, or you can't maintain it, or you see what I'm saying? So I think it's important to sit there and go, what are my goals? Now, good weight loss is going to be about a pound a week, maybe a pound and a half. When you're leaner, it's going to be less per week. You might start out at a pound a week, and then right now I'm 3/10 of a pound a week. We're still in the summertime. I'm still leaning out. I'll be honest, I haven't been quite as strict as I normally am. So I'm probably I'm guessing about 5 weeks behind on my cut. But part of that's been I've done vacationing. You have to live, right? That's so important. When I go on vacation, I'm not watching what I eat. as much. So I have some fluctuations. I've done more vacations and getaways this year. But if you're hearing what I'm saying, I want the big takeaway to be you can make all this work. It's just learning how to balance your caloric intake, because if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to go ahead and cut calories. Then if you want to gain weight, you're going to have to feather calories back in. We're not trying to gain a ton of weight fast when we're trying to gain muscle, because if you're natural, it's harder to gain muscle, especially 7, 8 years into a workout program. Like I've been working out for 8 years now. I'm not going to gain a ton of muscle, but I've learned it's a journey. I'm trying to just set myself up for longevity and to be healthy and strong throughout that time period. Now, the other thing I want to point out for both males and females is most of the time, this is an eating problem, not a hormonal problem. Okay, there's a lot of studies out there showing this, specifically for females who want to state that, hey, there's a hormone issue here. Maybe. But in reality, it is more along the lines of still dietary and working out. Do hormones play a role? Yes. However, if you follow a lot of the fitness females out there, they will be open with you that it's probably eating that's causing the problems. Not tracking, not hitting the gym. So even as you age as a male or a female, you can still keep that physique that you want. It just takes a little more work. But it's possible. And I think that's also important. We don't necessarily have to be shoehorned into a situation where we have to have a physique that looks like a physique of a 50-year-old or a 60-year-old or a 40-year-old, what we perceive. We can still chisel ourselves into a 20-year-old physique or a 30-year-old physique. I would argue even most 20 and 30-year-olds are currently having weight issues because that's kind of what we built out in society. I don't want that. I want to try to be as healthy as I can. And I think the longevity side of getting there is strength training, flexibility and mobility, right? Yoga, physical therapy stuff. And then finally, cardiovascular movement. Not running necessarily, but you can. My buddy Joseph runs. He loves it. I don't. So why do it? I'd rather control what I look like with diet then. He just adds some calories if he's going to run. I want you to understand I'm just a normal guy that woke up one day 7 years ago and said, I don't like the way I look. I don't feel good, and I don't feel good about myself. This isn't who I was. I was physically fit. I had gotten not physically fit, and now I am physically fit again. If you look at pictures today of my physique, they mirror my physique in my late 20s and early 30s. So in essence, I would say that's a 20-year gap. Are we going to age? Yes. Do we have an option on aging? No. Do I necessarily believe like I'm 25? No. But am I going to do the best I can at my age? Yes. Is that going to limit some of the stuff I do? Of course. I can't just go eat 4,000 calories a day and expect good results from that. Am I going to do my best to have fun, live life, and still carry a good physique? Yes. And that's my point to you. If you want to get to where you want to be, get a coach. Quarterbacks have coaches. Tiger Woods has a coach. Business people have coaches. If you want to get where, and you're serious and you want that accountability, I would suggest a coach. If not, at the very least, start learning to count calories. See what you're bringing in, and if you want to lose weight, start cutting them back out. Don't snack. Do 3 meals a day to keep it simple, and make sure you're hitting between 0.7 grams of protein and 1 gram of protein per body fat. Women, 0.7, men, 1. From there, be flexible, have fun, and I wish you the best. in under 10 minutes.